48% of American adults believe that the stock market is rigged. You may ask yourself, why do I come to this belief? And don't think too long about that, because it really doesn't take much thought. But today I got to witness something that it really should not have an explanation, but I think does. Within AMC. Now, we got to see a wild pop today. We were up 30%, 25% at one point in the day, up to about $13.78. And this is nowhere near making up for the losses that we've seen over the last couple of months. However, it does sort of give an inclination as to something that we can talk about. So, guys, before we get into that, what is up, everybody? I'm with the Trey's Trades. We freaking talk fast. And don't skip class. Like to preface by saying that I'm the they're going to say they're going to saw. Let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be giving you an update on Amy. Amy had an interesting day, and this is definitely one worth discussing. As you can see by the thumbnail, if you clicked on this video, this is actually a pretty peculiar pattern that we got to witness today. So a lot of people have sort of pegged what you're witnessing right here as a form of a parabolic arc. You see this huge push up followed by a push down, a rally, rejection, and then a slow wave as it rides down, a fib retracement, right? Got a little pop up here and what was about March or so. And today, I think was a form of FTD delivers, or a small percentage of short covering. That's what makes sense in my head, right? You got a huge uptick in volume. If you look at the 1 minute candles, you got lots and lots of volume. If you look at the daily candle, you can see that in comparison to the usual day, this was significantly higher. I mean, the volume on the day was in the neighborhood of 104 million shares as compared to 58 million. So likely some short covering, or a failure to delivers, or who knows what. Retail buying the dip. There's a lot of things this could have been. But what you're going to notice is if you look at this on the 1 minute candles, something looks vaguely familiar. Push up, whoop, 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 push up, rejection, push up, testing previous highs, rejects, comes down, and does this slow wave down as it's starting to form out this this double bottom. Now, I want to remind you, let's come back to the daily candles and look at what this is. Push up, a little bit of whoop, 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 push up, retest highs, can't do it, sells off. I mean, this looks fucking identical. This looks like the exact same chart. I saw this on Twitter, and I want to give credit where it's due. Joshua pointed this out to me. Lucid Trades. He said LMFAO, no way. And I looked at this and I was like, why is he showing me the daily candles? And then I thought about it longer and I was like, oh my God, these are the 1 minute candles. This is literally what we just witnessed today. It's the exact same chart. It's the exact same chart. And you might be asking yourself, Trey, well, who cares? This doesn't really mean anything. But it does have significant meaning. Now, what I said before has significance. 48% of American adults believe that the stock market is rigged. And what this chart pattern tells me, when you look at the technicality behind, this exact pattern playing out again, you could say, well, Trey, I mean, obviously the market just runs on patterns. It runs on TA. It runs on this. It runs on that. That's the whole point, is just the human emotion swaying up and down, up and down, up and down, right? But what this tells me is an entirely different story. It tells me that algorithms run the game. To see the exact same pattern play out on 1 minute candles versus daily candles, do you think that a whole bunch of retail investors, do you think a whole bunch of individual people are making that happen? Do you think that the emotionality within one singular day is what caused that pattern? Especially when you look at the OBV, you see that nothing's really changed. People just buy this, hold it, buy this, hold it. This is just showing you essentially on balance volume, which is accumulation of shares. And you compare this to other companies such as Netflix, which has seen drastic sell-off. You compare this to Coinbase, which I call Cornbase now, significant sell-off. Even the SPY, an ETF, significant sell-off. People are distributing shares. They're selling shares. That's not the case with AMC. So if the majority of this is owned by retail investors, 90%-ish, according to Adam Aaron, most of these are being held. Most of these shares are being held. What the fuck causes this then? Algorithms. Algorithms. I'm telling you, it's algos. Algos make this stuff happen and let these patterns happen, as we just got to witness today. The exact same parabolic arc, up, down, retest highs, reject, wave itself down. You just witnessed this happen on a 1 minute time frame. And I bet you money, if you looked on a 1 second, you'd see the exact same thing playing out somewhere else in the grand scheme of things. Now, why is this important, right? Well, first and foremost, I think something pretty interesting is that the SPY got a pretty similar little rally today before eventually selling off. AMC tried to track this. It tried to track that SPY rally as it tried to regain sort of this level, right? This falling level of resistance. It taps it, rejects off of it. Now it's down here. Decently low volume day, not as high as we've seen on some of these previous sell-off days. And to be frank with you, I think the fact that it tried to push lower and rejected off of that low volume could actually see some form of a small rally tomorrow, or maybe more short covering across other different stocks. But nonetheless, you know, SPY rallied along with AMC. And AMC got some form of short covering, some form of failure to deliver covering, whatever it may be, that allowed for this exact pattern to play out. If there's any grand takeaway, right? And I'm going to keep this video decently short, just as to not waste your time. If there's any grand takeaway, it's that this is truly a game. Not for you, right? But for the people that are presently moving the stock. If most shares are locked, loaded, people would argue, based on math, based on institutional holdings and short holdings and ETF holdings and retail holdings, that over 100% of this stock is presently being held, right? If that's the case, the game is being played by algorithms. So every single day, right, when you wake up in the morning and you look at the chart and you see this, bam, 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 computer rhythmic selling. What do you think causes that? I don't have to tell you. I know that you know it. I know that you know it. I don't got to tell you this. Algorithms. This is what retail tries to change. This is what we're trying to change. This is what Dave Lauer's petition's about. The 100,000 signatures for We the Investor. This is literally what the last year and a half has been. And I think today is an opportunity to set a reminder of that. It's, I think, like something that I, frankly, could do more of. Let this be a reminder. This sort of wicked shit happens every day. It's not just our girl Amy. Lots of stocks do the same thing. Controlled by computers. Factors you can't control. I would love to see the metric of 48% of American adults thinking the stock market isn't rigged go down. But it won't go down until it's not rigged. That's really it. So that's what I got. Another red... I think it was slightly red or slightly green. Yeah, slightly red. Slightly red day in the market. SPY down 0.1%. Got a decent little rally. Lots of chop. Lots of waving around. Popping a fade. Popping a fade. Pop. Looks like it may fade. We're going to wait and see into tomorrow. But I would be watching for on the SPY. If you're looking at any significant levels, looking at the 1 hour. The day, I should say. The daily. You're looking to regain this falling resistance, which was previously support, this white line, which if it was to happen tomorrow would be about that 394 range. You crack 394, you're looking pretty solid. AMC, I like that it bounced over $10. This is a big deal. We also have over 150 million total shares on loan presently for AMC, which comes out to about 28% of the free float of the stock, which is exponentially high. I mean, that's very, very incredibly high. So shorts continue to add. Nobody's covering. Maybe a small percentage today to get the pop that we did, but the game stays the same. It's that simple. It really is. That's what I got for you guys. If you'd like to hop on to twitch.tv/antijuicer, I will be live streaming starting at probably about 5:30, 5:40-ish. Today, I'm also going to tweet it out. It's in the description box down below if you'd like to join. Appreciate you all. Catch you on the next one. As always, much love, light taps, and peace.